J-Town family, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you got your spot all ready and that you're all ready to move your body, and let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with a breathing exercise. Pranayama breathing, it's deep breathing, good for the lungs and respiratory system. So listen carefully. You're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, but always through the throat. Breathe as long as possible, as much as possible, and as slow as possible. In through the nose, out through the mouth, always through the throat, and let's begin. Interlock all 10 fingers and put them underneath your chin. Your hand should be touching your chin throughout the entire posture like glue. And let's begin. Inhale, elbows up, chin down, full lungs, extend, and exhale. Let your head fall back, Ha sound, and breathe up towards the ceiling. Elbows to come in front and touch. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, chin down, elbows up, full lungs. Really fill your lungs. Gonna expand your ribs. Exhale, head falls back. Make a fist, forearms to touch, and your elbows to touch. Keep your elbows away from the body. Inhale, chin down, elbows up, full lungs, weight in the heels and your spine straight, no backward bending. Exhale, head falls back, Ha sound. Let all of the air go. Expel all the stale air and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Biggest breath so far. Elbows up, chin down, full lungs, weight in the heels, spine straight. Exhale. Let your head fall back. Breathe out all the air. Elbows forward to touch. Suck in your stomach. Inhale. Elbows up, chin down, full lungs, no backward bending, so spine straight. Exhale. Let that head fall back. Expel all the air. Elbows forward, elbows to touch. 2 more. Inhale. Elbows up, chin down, full lungs, weight in the heels, hips a little forward. Exhale. Head goes back. Expel all that air. Ha sound. Make it loud if you need to. Elbows to touch. And inhale. Last one. Elbows up. Really expand the lungs. Get the shoulders out of the way so we can get as much air as possible. And exhale. Let the head fall back. Expel all the air. Make a fist, your forearms to touch, elbows to touch. That's enough. Arms down by your side. All right, half moon pose with hands to feet pose. Arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release the index fingers, thumbs crossed. Keep a nice tight grip. Don't lose the grip. Hands, palms touching each other like glue all the way up through the entire posture. Stretch up out of your waist and go right and left several times. Go right and go left. Go right and go left. You're going to feel stretching down both sides of the body all the way up to the fingertips. Every single time you come through center, you're trying to touch the ceiling, so stretch up towards the ceiling. When you can't stretch anymore, stop in the middle. All right. Hips forward, upper body back. Right? Hips forward to open up the hips and pelvis, upper body back to open up the chest and rib cage. Chin up, chest up, arms back. Focus on one point in front of you. Don't even blink your eyes. Inhale, breathing, full lungs. Hold the breathing, and in an absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right without bending your elbows or your knees. Continuously keep pushing your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're going to feel a tremendous stretching feeling down the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingertips to toes. Weight in the heels, hips forward, upper body back. Bring your left hip forward to keep your hips in one line, and bring your right shoulder forward to open up your chest like a flower petal blooming. Now come down and push, push, and push. Inhale, breathing, come up and stop in the middle. Left side. Weight in the heels, hips forward, upper body back. Inhale, breathing, hold the breathing and stretch up to the ceiling out of the waist. In an absolutely straight line, start to bend your body to the left without bending your elbows or your knees. Continuously keep pushing your hips to the right beyond your flexibility. Great job. You're going to feel this tremendous stretching feeling down the right side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, and fingertips to toes. Weight in the heels, hips forward, upper body back. Bring your right hip forward to keep your hips in one line, and bring your left shoulder forward to open up your chest like a flower petal blooming. And come down and push, push, and change. Come up and stop in the middle. Backward bending. Everybody together. Let your head fall back and look back at the floor behind you. Bring your arms back immediately and try to touch the wall behind you. Bend your whole spine from coccyx to neck, your lower back, middle back, upper back, your total spine backward bending. Keep bending. Push your chest, your legs, your hips, everything forward towards the mirror like you're trying to fall down backwards. Fall back, way back, go back, more back. Inhale, breathing, come up and stop in the middle. Padahastasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees and put your hands on the floor in front of you. Move your hips back and forth, right and left several times. We want to make sure that we're opening up the lower back, nice and loose, comfortable, easy, and flexible. And since this is a U-turn from backward bending to forward bending, we want to make sure that your back is warmed up. Okay, grab your heels from behind, stepping on all 5 fingers of each hand, with your baby fingers touching each other from the side. Get a nice tight grip, don't lose it. Now pull on your heels as hard as possible. Now get your stomach on your thighs, your chest on your knees, and your face on your shins below your knees. There should be no gaps, like a ham sandwich from the side, no gaps anywhere. Continuously keep pulling. Now, as hard as possible, but still slowly, push your knees back. This is going to create a tremendous stretching feeling down the backside of your legs all the way from coccyx to toes. Keep pressing your knees back. Eyes open, face on your shins below your knees. Roll forward and try to lock your knees. Suck your stomach in and try to lock your knees. This is your last chance. Lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Inhale, breathing, come up, arms and head together. Arms down by your side. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Second set. Arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release the index fingers, thumbs crossed. Same thing, don't lose the grip throughout the entire posture. Stretch above your waist. We're going to do a short stretch back and forth just a couple of times just to make sure that we're still warmed up. Do one more time and stop in the middle. Elbows locked, arms always touching with the ears, no gap between the biceps, arms, and ears. Remember, hips forward, upper body back. Inhale, breathing, full lungs, hold the breathing, and an absolutely straight line, bend again to the right. Don't bend the elbows or your knees. Continuously keep pushing your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. Again, feel that stretch all the way down the left side of your body. Weight in the heels, hips forward, upper body back. Bring your hip forward to make sure that their hips are still in one line, and your right shoulder forward to open up your chest. And push, push, and push. Inhale, breathing, come up, stop in the middle. All right, inhale, full lungs, hold the breathing, and an absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the left. Again, don't bend your elbows or your knees. Keep pushing your hips to the right beyond your flexibility. Feel this stretch all the way down the right side of the body, all the way from the fingertips to the toes. Keep pressing. All right, weight in the heels, hips forward, upper body back. Bring your right hip forward to keep your hips in one line, and bring your left shoulder forward to open up your chest. And push. Come down and push, push, and come up. Inhale, breathing, come up, stop in the middle. Second set, backward bending. Let your head fall back. Look at the floor behind you. Bring your arms back immediately and try to touch the wall behind you. Bend your whole spine all the way from your coccyx to your neck, your lower back, middle back, upper back, your whole spine backward bending. Keep bending. Stomach, legs, hips, everything pushing forward towards the mirror. Feel it all the way through your whole back. Fall back, way back, more back. Come up. Slowly, stop in the middle. All right, let's bend forward. Bend your knees and put your hands on the floor in front of you. Couple times, just move your hips back and forth. We're a little bit more warmed up, so we're not going to take the same warm up. But bend a couple of times. Grab your heels from behind, all 5 fingers together, baby fingers touching each other from the side. Make sure you've got a nice tight grip. You're going to be pulling through this whole posture. All right, pull hard on your heels. Get your stomach on your thighs. Get your face on your shins below your knees again. And pull. Again, feel that stretch all the way down. And try to push your knees back. Try to lock your knees. All right, roll forward into the toes. Your big toes should look white if you were looking at them. Eyes open. Keep breathing. And pull. Last chance. Lock your knees. Lock your knees. Lock your knees. Inhale, breathing, come up, arms and head together. Arms down by your side. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Awkward pose, Utkatasana. Take a step out to the right 6 inches with your heels invisible behind your toes in the front mirror. Keep 6 inches in between your toes and heels throughout the entire posture, and don't move your feet. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, all 5 fingers together, elbows locked, triceps nice and tight contracted, nothing loose, nothing hanging, and stretch forward towards the wall or the mirror in front of you like you're trying to touch that wall or mirror. Now sit down, feet flat position until your hips touch a chair. Imagine that you're sitting into a chair. Your spine is straight to begin with, 100% body weight in the heels. Now bring your chest up, bend your total spine, backward bending, bring your upper body back. Sit down lower, suck your stomach in. Compression of the abdominal walls, contraction of your abdominal muscles. Keep sucking in. Your rib cage would be visible if you were looking at the mirror in front of you. Keep 6 inches in between your toes, heels, knees, and hands. And sit down lower. Fall back, way back, more back, like you're trying to fall down backwards. And inhale, breathing, come up. Hold your arms there. Second pose. Focus on a point in front of you. Come up on your toes, maximum like a ballerina. Tremendous concentration. Don't even blink your eyes or you might lose your balance. Spine stretching up towards the ceiling, your chest, your head, everything stretching up. Imagine I'm trying to pull your hair up towards the ceiling. Now sit down on top of your toes. Get your knees up. Sit down and imagine that your hips and your head are touching a wall behind you. Sit down halfway until your hips touch the chair. Knees up, heels forward. Keep pressing. Sit down lower. Great. That's awesome. Spine continuing to stretch up towards the ceiling. And change. Come up, heels down. Third posture. Come up a little bit on your toes and bring your knees together. Exhale, breathing, suck in your stomach, and as slow as possible, on your own 10 count, come down slowly. Keep coming down in a squat position. Sit down. Slow. Great. When you get down there, make sure that you keep a 1/2 inch space between your hips and your heels. Arms continue to stay straight. From the side, your spine should be straight all the way. There shouldn't be leaning forward or leaning back. Make sure your spine continually keeps stretching up towards the ceiling. Great work. Keep your knees together and forward towards the mirror. From the side, you should look like a 90-degree angle or a 3-sided box. Great work. Take a deep breath and slowly come up the opposite way that you came in. Great work. Feet together, arms down by your side. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose and breathe. Last exercise in our warm-up, Eagle Garurasana. Look at your hands. Identify your right from your left. Bring your arms up over your head sideways, and then swing your right arm underneath your left arm, crossing at the elbows and the wrists. Get your hands in prayer position. If you're not able to do that, it's okay to interlock your fingers. Thumbs towards your nose, fingers away from you. Bring your elbows down. Pull them down. You're going to feel this across your upper back. Now sit down. Upper body back. Lift your right leg over your left leg as high as possible and wrap your legs like ropes. Take your right foot and put it on your left calf. The goal is to have all 5 toes visible in the front mirror around your leg. Now sit down. Suck in your stomach, lean back, and sit down. If your foot is coming loose, sit down lower. If you're losing your balance, lean your upper body back more. Feel the compression. This is really great for all of your lymphatic system. It compresses all of those systems. Great work. And change. Arms up over your head sideways, immediately into the other side. Swing your left arm underneath your right arm, cross at the elbows and the wrists. Again, get your hands in prayer position. If you can't do that, it's okay to interlace the fingers and pull your elbows down. And sit down. Lift your upper body back and lift your left leg up over your right leg and twist your legs like ropes. The goal is to get your left foot on your right calf and all 5 toes visible in the front mirror. If you can't do that today, it's okay. Point to where you want to go and sit down. Upper body back. If your foot is coming loose, that's okay. Sit down lower. If you're losing your balance, bring your upper body back more and feel that compression. Sit down lower and stretch. Great job. And change. Arms up over your head, arms down by your side, and breathe. Party time. This is a great time to get a drink. We are going to be skipping that today, but I'm going to give you a count of 5 to grab a drink really quickly, and we're going to jump right in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and we're back. Come to the center of your mat for standing head to knee. Shift your weight to your left foot and lift your right leg up. Grab your right foot and interlock all 10 fingers and grab a couple of inches below the toes. Now look, if you have a mirror in front of you, or if you don't, imagine this. Lock your left leg. You're going to be contracting all the muscles around the knee. The goal is to never let that leg unlock. We want to make sure that it's straight throughout the entire posture. If you can hold this comfortably, go ahead and lift your right leg up forward and stretch forward towards the mirror or the wall in front of you. Continue to kick. The goal is to make sure that your left leg remains locked. If you can lock the right leg, great. You should look like an L, an upside down L like Linda from the side. Great work. If you're able, if you can stand here comfortably and balance like this forever, drop your elbows down. The goal is to get the elbows to touch the calf muscle and eventually to get below the calf muscle. If you're not there, it is absolutely fine. You can, if you are just standing there with a knee up, you're getting all the benefits of the posture. And change. Come out the opposite way that you went in. Shift your weight to your right leg and lift your left leg up. Grab your foot a couple of inches below the toes, interlocking all 10 fingers. Get a nice tight grip. Don't lose the grip because you don't want to lose this in the middle of the posture. Again, lock your right leg, solid, concrete, like a lamppost, unbroken. You should look like you have no knee in the mirror. All right, if you have the leg locked and you're ready, go ahead and lift your left leg forward and stretch forward. Kick your heel forward towards the mirror, towards the wall in front of you. The toes should be back towards your face, and keep kicking. If you can't stand here without the leg breaking, you need to go back a couple of steps and make sure that you're standing there with a locked leg. If you can stand here comfortably and balance here forever, drop your elbows down to your calf muscle. Eventually below the calf muscle is the goal. And change. Come out the opposite way that you went in. And breathe. All right, standing bow. Arms down by your side, focus on a point in front of you. Bring your right arm out to the side, palm up. And then drop your hand down behind you and grab your ankle from the inside. Point the toe. Lift your left arm up, like you're going to give yourself a high five in a mirror, or you're going to high five the wall in front of you. Get your chin on your shoulder, and then kick. Charge your body forward, your upper body down, and kick your leg back and up towards the ceiling. Kick throughout the entire posture. Continue to stretch forward towards the mirror. Eventually your shoulders will be in one line. Left shoulder forward and your right shoulder behind it, invisible. Keep kicking. If you feel like you're losing your balance, kick harder. Kicking is how you're going to be able to stay in this posture. Keep kicking and stretching forward towards the mirror. Eventually your abdomen and your chest parallel to the floor. And change. Come out the opposite way that you went in. Arms down by your side and breathe. Focus in the mirror. Left side. Bring your arm out to the side, palm up. Drop it down without turning it and grab the inside of your ankle. All right, right arm up, like you're going to give yourself a high five in the front mirror. Make sure that your knees stay together, especially at the beginning. That's going to help with your alignment. And charge your body forward. Kick back and up towards the ceiling. Point your toe. Try to keep your foot in one line. Don't let the hip come out. You can might feel this going either way. But keep kicking. Stretch forward towards the mirror, chin on your shoulder. Again, you're trying to get your right shoulder in front of the left shoulder. Eventually, the left shoulder will be invisible in the front mirror. Keep kicking. Kicking is how you're going to be able to stay in this posture. If you are kicking correctly, you could stay here forever. Doesn't feel like it, but you can. And change. Come out the opposite way that you came in. Arm down by your side, foot down, feet together. Great work. Come to the back of your mat. We're going to be doing balancing stick. Y'all, this is the one that's going to get your heart rate up. It's short, but it's powerful. Arms up sideways over your head, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release the index fingers, thumbs crossed. On my clap, you're going to take a big step forward, and then you're going to go down in a T shape. Are you ready? And begin. Right step forward. Left foot, pointed toe, and down. You should look like a T from the side. Stretch forward and try to touch the wall or the mirror in front of you. And in the back, you're trying to point your toe and touch the wall or mirror behind you. Stretch and kick and stretch like a perfect T. And change. Take a step back. Keep your arms up where they are. All right. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. Ready? Take a big step forward and point the toe and down. Stretch. Look at a spot about 4 feet in front of you. Chest down, leg up. Chest down, leg up. Keep going down. T from the side and change. Step back. Arms down by your side. All right. Your heart rate is up. Now we're going to do our best to bring it down. Since you're practicing at home, typically we would turn and we were going to step to the side of the mat so you could stay on the mat. Today, we're going to be taking a step off the mat to the left side and going to be doing the process so that you can still view us what we're doing. All right, standing separate leg stretching. Arms up over your head sideways. Take a big step to the right, 4 feet minimum. Hips forward, upper body back, toes slightly pigeon-toed, arms parallel to the floor. And swan dive down. You're going to feel this through the whole back side of your body. This stretches the legs, the hips, the lower back, your whole back. Hands on the floor if you can't reach your feet. If you can grab your heels, that's where we want to be. Grab your heels from the outside, all 5 fingers together. And you're going to pull. Make sure that your legs are locked. Roll into your toes. The weight should be in your toes. That's going to feel the stretch. Keep your spine straight, eventually getting your forehead on the floor in between your legs. If you're not there yet, don't worry about it. Most of us aren't, but that's the goal. That's where we're headed. So keep stretching. The goal is to keep the spine straight, chin away from the chest to make sure that you're not either you're not arching your neck this way or you're not extending it this way. It should be in a straight position. And pull. Pulling is the object of stretching. Keep pulling. You're going to feel this through the whole back side of your body, legs locked, roll forward, and change. Come up, same way that you went down with your swan dive. Step right foot back to the left, arms down by your side. Great job, everybody. All right, time for a triangle. This is our master pose. This uses everything that we've used so far, but all in one posture, which means we're going to do 2 sets. So, awesome. Arms up over your head sideways. Take a big step out to the right, 4 feet minimum. Hips forward, upper body back, arms parallel to the floor. Turn your right foot out, parallel to the front wall of the front mirror. Turn an extra half inch just to make sure that you're out there. All right, bend your right knee and bounce it a couple times, like you're riding a motorcycle. Yep, bounce a couple times. When you get down and your thigh is parallel to the floor, stay there. You're not coming back up for a minute, all right? Now, turn your hands and go down sideways. Your right elbows come to the inside of your right knee. Your fingers are going to be pointing to the in between your big and second toe. Your chin is going to be looking up. Your chin should be on your shoulder, and your hand should be stretching up towards the ceiling. That's creating the traction. Stretch down, stretch up. Both hands stretching in opposite directions. Bring your left hip down. Make sure that you keep pressing your elbow back into your knee to keep your hip open. Your left foot should be flat on the floor and your left knee locked. Don't come down, and make sure you're twisting your upper body back at the end. And change. Arms up. Yep. Bring your right foot in, left foot out. Bend the left knee and go down. Bounce a couple times. We're going to make sure that we're warmed up on this one. Next time you don't get this. Bounce down a couple times. All right. Turn your hands and move your hands at the same time. Left elbow to the inside of the left knee, and your fingers pointing towards your big and second toe on your left foot. Right arm is stretching up towards the ceiling. You should be looking up with your chin on your right shoulder. Great work. Right hip down and forward. Keep pressing on your knee back. Continue to stretch and twist your upper body back. Great work. Stretch. Opposite directions and change. Come up. Straighten your leg. Left toes in. Right foot back to your left. Arms down by your side. All right. Second set. This is express class, y'all. We're moving. Arms up over your head sideways. Take a big step to the right. 4 feet minimum. Arms parallel to the floor. Turn your right foot out. Make sure you get that extra half inch if you need it. And bend your right knee. Get low. We're really going to get down in here. Like, you got to get down. I know, it doesn't feel normal, right? Keep getting down until your thigh is parallel to the floor. All right. Turn your hands. Move your arms. Right elbow to the inside of the right knee. Point towards your toes. Stretch your left arm up towards the ceiling. Your chin on your left shoulder. And get that left hip down. Make sure that you can really, you're staying in that position where your thigh is parallel to the floor. Keep pressing on your right knee to push that knee back to make sure that hip is open. Left leg straight, make sure, and push down on the outside of your left foot to make sure that it's flat on the floor. Twist your upper body back and change. Arms up, straighten the leg, right toes in, left toes out, bend the left knee. Bounce a couple times. That's all you get, though. Bounce. And turn the hands and move your hands at the same time. Left elbow to the inside of the left knee. Keep pointing at the toes. Right arm stretching up towards the ceiling. Your chin on your right shoulder. and stretch in opposite directions. Stretch towards the floor, stretch towards the ceiling, stretch in opposite directions like natural human traction. Make sure your right leg is straight and locked, the outside of your foot pressed down to the floor, and twist your upper body back at the end. And change. Arms up, straighten the leg, toes in, right foot back to the left foot, arms down by your side. Great work. All right, standing, separate leg, head to knee. All right, arms above your head sideways. Thumbs crossed. Take a big step out to the right, 3 feet minimum this time. Turn on 90 degrees. Keep your heels in one line. The back foot can be at a 45-degree angle. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest, look at your stomach, and roll down. When your hands reach the floor, you can separate them if you need to. Otherwise, keep your hands together. Make sure your forehead gets on your knee. This is non-negotiable. Your forehead must touch the knee, so bend it if you need to. Press into the floor beyond your toes to get your forehead higher on the knee. Bring your weight into your front leg, which is going to bring your hips down so that they are level and even from one side. Great work. This is a compression posture. You should feel this through your whole back, pressing up towards the ceiling. All right, lock your knee, bring your hands out, and slowly roll up. Your chin and it should come up last. Look forward, pause for a moment, and pivot. Pivot to the side, and then pivot on 180 degrees and face the opposite direction. All right, heels are still in one line, 45-degree angle on the back foot. Stretch up out of the waist, tuck your chin, and roll down. You should be looking at your stomach through this entire posture. When your hands reach the floor, you can separate them if you need to for balance. Bend the knee to make sure that you can get your forehead on your knee. Use your forehead, once it is on the knee, to slowly try to press it back as much as you can, but make sure that you never lose contact between your forehead and your knee. Bring your weight into your front leg to bring your hip down so that they are even from the side. Extend your hands out in front of your toes and press into the floor to get your forehead higher on the knee. Again, compression posture, you should feel this. This is uncomfortable. Throat choke, breathing normal. That's a tough one to do. All right, hands out in front of you, lock the leg, and slowly come up, rolling up, arms and head together, and your chin coming up last. Turn 90 degrees. Bring your right foot back to your left foot, arms down by your side. Great work. Come to the back of your mat for toe stand, tree pose into toe stand. All right, pick your right foot up with your left hand and bring it into your costume right at the hip crease with the sole of your foot facing the ceiling. Let your knee come down and then bring your hips forward just a little bit to see if you can bring your knee back, but be very careful. This is not something that you want to mess with. Your knees, you need to be very careful with them. And so if you experience any pain, pause and go back a step. Once your knee is brought back, bring your right hand up to center. If you're able to, you can bring your left hand up to center and namaskar. But if your foot slips, it's okay to hold the foot. You're getting all of the benefits of the posture. Now stretch up, hips forward, upper body back, and try to grow 3 inches taller. And breathe. And change. Foot down, hand down. All right, left side. Bring the weight into your right leg and pick your left foot up with your right hand. Bring the foot into your hip crease, higher on the costume, with the sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Hold it there. Bring your hips forward, which will allow the knee to go down and eventually back. Eventually, you want your knees to be in one line from the side, but again, if you experience any pain, you can stop and go back a couple of steps. Hold here. Bring your left hand up. Bring your right hand up if you're able. If not, you can continue to hold the foot. And I just want you to stand here and grow as tall as you possibly can. Hips forward, upper body back a little bit, and just feel the power of this position and being able to hold this and breathe. And change. Arm down, foot down. Toe standers. If you can do toe stand, if it's a part of your practice, by all means join us. If you can't, tree pose is totally allowed. I'm still struggling with some toe stand myself, so by all means. But we're going to start with tree. Go ahead and pick up your right leg with your left foot, bringing in to the middle of your thigh, wherever is comfortable, just not in front of the knee. Bring your hands up into namaskar. And then slowly bend at the waist and put your hands on the floor in front of you. When your hands, all 10 fingers touching the floor, Bring forward, and then bend the knee to eventually get your hips back onto your heel. When you're down, bring your hands to the side to stack your shoulders on top of your hips. Concentrate on one point in front of you, about 4 feet. Don't blink. That's the only way you're going to be able to hold the balance. Now try to bring your right hand up and then your left hand up. Namaskar. If you're able to hold that position at the last moment, just get your hips up off your heels, a 1/2 inch, and change. Toe standers, come forward, stand up, hold your foot there, and release. Put your foot down by the side, arms down by your side. All right, y'all, honor yourselves. We just finished our standing series. We have to do our other side. Thank you, Fee. All right, pick your left foot up, bring it into your costume. Again, wherever it's comfortable on the thigh. It can be a little bit lower than it was on if you were just doing tree. All right, hands up, namaskar. Slowly bend at the waist and come down until all 10 fingers are touching the floor. Bring your weight into your hands, and then bend your knee to get your hips back down onto your heel. Bring your hands down around to the side so that you can get your shoulders over your hips. Concentrate on one point in front of you, and don't even blink because otherwise you're going to lose the balance. Bring your left hand up, and then bring your right hand up, and balance, and hold. And change. Lean forward, toe standers, bring the weight into your hands, straighten your leg, come up, hold your foot, and change. Feet together. All right, now we get to honor our practice in the front mirror. Turn around and lie down on your back, Savasana. Eyes open, arms by your side, palms up, feet together, and let your feet just open like a book. This is an open-eyed meditation, so breathe. And just let the floor hold you. Just rest. Feel all the places that your back is touching the floor, your legs are touching the floor, that your feet are touching the floor. And just breathe and be present in this moment and enjoy the yoga. Okay. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Just enjoy this moment. All right. Now we begin the floor series. Wind removing pose. Lift up your right leg and grab your about a couple of inches below the knee, interlocking all 10 fingers. Pull your knee down towards your shoulder, avoiding the rib cage, and pull. Your left leg should be extended out in front of you, straight. If your calf muscle is not on the floor, it's okay to flex the foot to make sure that the calf muscle is on the floor. Chin should be on your chest, throat choke. Elbows close to the body and shoulders away from the ears. And pull. Every time you inhale, hold. And every time you exhale, pull a little bit more. You're going to feel this in your hip. It's supposed to hurt a little bit. Feel that compression. And change. Right foot down. Left foot up immediately. Interlock fingers, grab below the knee a couple of inches, and pull towards your shoulder, avoiding your rib cage. And pull. Your right leg should be extended out this time with the calf muscle on the floor. If your calf muscle is coming up off of the floor, it's okay to flex the foot to make sure that it stays on the floor. Chin should be on your chest, and pull. Elbows close to the body, try to keep them even, and your shoulders away from your ears. Again, every time you inhale, you should hold. Every time you exhale, pull a little bit more. And feel that in the hip. It's a great stretch, great opener. And change. Left foot down. Both legs up immediately. Grab opposite elbows around your knees. If you can't grab opposite elbows, grab wrists. If you can't grab wrists, grab hands. Whatever you need to do, but grab around the knees. The goal in this one is not necessarily to pull, it's to hold. What you want to do is let your whole spine relax on the floor. So you should have your chin down a little bit, trying to get your neck flat. Feel any spaces underneath your back that are not touching the floor. Try to get them to touch the floor. And then your hips, try to relax them down so that you can even get the lowest part of your spine on the floor. Eventually, it should look like a pearl necklace. Your spine would be a pearl necklace that's just laying on the floor. Great work. It's a great posture. Great for digestion. It's moving everything around in there if you've ever had any trouble. Great work. And change. Legs down. Arms down by your side. Palms up towards the ceiling. Let your feet open like a book, eyes open, and just breathe. Okay, we're coming to our first yoga sit-up. If you're having any back trouble, it is okay to skip this. We want you to know that it's okay for you to take care of yourself. Back trouble, you're just gonna roll to your right side or your left side, and you're gonna meet us at the top. For those of you who are doing the yoga sit-up, feet together, flex your feet, keep your heels down on the mat. Arms up over your head sideways, thumbs crossed, arms and head together. Inhale, breathing, sit up. Grab your big toes, double jerk, forehead to your knees, elbows to the floor. Turn around and lie down on your stomach for our spine strengthening series. Cobra pose. Chin forward. Get your hands underneath, very close to the chest. Your fingers should be in line with the tops of your shoulders, and your baby fingers in line with your deltoids. Elbows should be close to the body. Inhale, breathing, lift your chest up. Look up towards the ceiling. From the side, your elbows should be in a 90-degree angle, like an L. Keep your belly button on the floor, but everything else lifting up towards the ceiling. You really should feel this in your back. 100% back strength. Keep lifting up. Look up, go up, stretch up, and release down. Left ear on the towel, arms down by your side. Let your heels open like a book, and breathe. So few times in life that we get a chance to just sit and even just breathe for 30 seconds. So enjoy all of the opportunities through this practice where you get to breathe and just be present. Second set. Get your hands back underneath your chest, fingers facing forward, chin forward, elbows close to the body, and lift up. Lift your chest up. Look up until only your belly button is on the floor. Not all the way up, belly button on the floor, but the rest of your upper body in the air. From the side, your elbows should look like a 90-degree angle. Again, you're not extending all the way, you're keeping it. And make sure that you're feeling this in your back, using 100% of your back strength. And look up, go up, look up, and change. Arms by your side, right ear on the towel, and breathe. Let your heels fall open like a book. It's really important that we allow that. That's it's a real subtle, but it's a hip releaser, even in our Savasana. Make sure that when you're breathing, you're extending. You've got however many feet above you. There's so much space. Sometimes we feel like we can't breathe because we're laying on our chest. You have so much space above you, so make sure that you can breathe into your back. All right, locust. Everybody, get your hands underneath your body, arms straight position, hands palms on the floor, almost like you're about to play middle school volleyball. Your baby fingers touching side by side. Look forward. Let your left leg relax. We're not going to be using it on this first part. Contract your right thigh, contract your right leg, point your toe, and lift your right leg up. Minimum 45-degree angle. We want more, but we want at least 45 degrees. So lift up. Lift that leg up. Point the toe, contract the leg, lift it up a little bit more, and change. Now you can let that right leg relax. The left leg, contract it. Point the toe, lock the leg, and lift it up. Lift your left leg up. Point the toe, try to touch the wall behind you or even the corner of the wall behind you. Lift your left leg up. Lift it up a little bit higher. Lift up, come on. Lift up and change. Let your left leg fall. Adjust your hands if you need to. Get your elbows a little bit closer. Make sure that your baby fingers are side by side. Kiss the mat because we want to make sure we protect your neck. This time we're going to be doing both legs. And go. Lift up both legs. So a short posture, I want to see everything. Use all of your back strength. Contract the thighs, contract the legs, point the toes, lift, 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 and change. You can bring your arms out to your side, left ear on the towel, and breathe. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Locust, second set. Get your hands underneath your body, hands palms down. Baby fingers touching side by side. Chin forward. Look forward in front of you. Relax the left leg. Contract the right leg. Point the toe and lift the right leg up. Lift it up. Point the toe. Lift it up a little bit higher. We're going for 45 degrees, maybe more. Lift it up. You can lift it up a little bit more. Lift up and change. Relax the right leg. Contract the left leg. Point the toe. Knee is locked. And lift your left leg up. Lift it up a little bit higher. Give it all you've got. Use your lower back. Lift that leg up. Great job, and change. Adjust your hands if you need to. Kiss the towel again, because we want to make sure that we're protecting the neck on this one. Baby fingers touching side by side. Contract your legs tight, it's like a cobra tail, like you can't even break this part for any reason, and lift both legs up. You've got this. Lift them up a little bit higher. More energy. Come on, you've got this. Lift the legs up. Lift them up a little bit higher and hold and change. Lower down, right ear on the towel, and breathe. Be present. You're doing great work today. All right, full locust. Arms out by your side like you're an airplane. You're gonna be taking off today. All 5 fingers together. Zip up your legs, contract your thighs, lock your legs, point your toes. And at the same time, lift everything up, upper body, lower body. The only thing that should be on the floor, on your mat, is your hips. Lift up. Fingertips should be to the top of your head. Lift up, legs up, upper body up, legs up, upper body up, legs up, and change. Arms down by your side, left ear on the towel. Breathe. Yoga is all about being in your body, finding ways to be present and be in your mind and be curious without things overwhelming you. It's great work. Second set, arms out by your side. Arms out like you're gonna fly again. This time we're going higher. All 5 fingers together, chin forward, zip up your legs, and lift up. Upper body up, lower body up. Really, you're gonna feel this through your whole back. Lift up, legs up, thighs up, chest up, legs up, thighs up, chest up, look up, and change. And down. Right ear on the towel, palms up. Let your heels fall open like a book. Enjoy everything that you're accomplishing today. Such great. If y'all can't tell, I love yoga. All right, all of that back work, it's going to be wrapped up in this last spine strengthening series pose. Bow. Chin forward, bend your knees, and grab your feet from the outside a couple of inches below the toes. Arms are straight, wrists are straight, keep looking forward, and kick. Kick your legs back and up towards the ceiling. It's gonna lift your upper body off the floor. Keep kicking slowly, keep kicking higher. You can kick a little bit higher than that. Kick up. Yes, great work. Kick. Roll forward onto the soft part of your belly and keep kicking. Your feet are gonna come up over the top of your head in the center of the line of your body. Keep kicking and roll forward for your whole spine. Feel the strength and change. Slowly come down. Complete relaxation. Left ear on the towel, and just let it go. Let it go. Second set. Chin forward. Bend your knees. Grab your feet from the outside, a couple of inches below the toes. We're going to get right into it. And kick. Kick up and kick back. Kick up towards the ceiling. Lift your upper body up. Look up. Kick up. Look up some more. Kick up. Roll forward a little bit. Bring your feet up over the top of your head. Kick. Lift up. Kick. And change. Right ear on the towel. Palms up. Let your heels fall to this open. And just breathe. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. All right. Hands underneath your chest. We're going to do a push-up. And push up. Come to the top of your mat for fixed firm. Sit down on your heels. Separate your feet and sit down between your heels until your hips touch the floor. Your heels and your hips are going to be touching each other throughout this entire posture. Stretch up. Put your hands on your feet, fingers facing forward, thumbs inside, fingers outside. Bring your right elbow down. Bring your left elbow down. then your head, then the back of your head, then your shoulders on the floor, and then your whole spine resting on the floor. Arms up over your head sideways, grab your opposite elbows and pull your elbows down to the floor. If you're struggling with this posture, if you have any trouble with your knees, it's okay to keep your knees open as much as you need to. If you aren't able to go back, it's fine. You can put your hands on the floor in front of you and just try to sit and get your hips on the floor in between your feet. Lift your chest and your stomach up towards the ceiling, creating a natural human bridge. Eventually, we're trying to get the knees together, but it's okay if you can't do it today, and we want to make sure that your knees always stay on the floor. Eyes open, breathing normal. Bring your hands back to the top of your feet, and with the help of your elbows, carefully come up the opposite way that you came in, turn around and lie down on your back, Savasana. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. All right, it's time for another one of those yoga sit-ups. Arms over your head sideways, thumbs crossed, flex your feet. Inhale, sit up, grab your big toes, double jerk, forehead to your knees, elbows to the floor, and turn around and come to the back of your mat for half tortoise. Sit down on your heels. Arms up over your head sideways, thumbs crossed, spine straight, chin away from your chest, and slowly go down. Forehead to the floor, eventually your baby fingers touching the floor, and stretch. Get your baby fingers touching the floor, your elbows locked, the rest of your arms are in the air. Stretch forward and try to get your hips on your heels. This is creating tremendous traction through your entire spine. Your shoulders and your scapula are going to be coming out of the body. They might even hurt a little bit. Stretch forward and try to keep your hips on the heels. Keep stretching. Stretch, stretch. Chin away from the chest. Stretch. Inhale, breathing, come up. Same way that you went down, arms and head together, arms down by your side. Turn around and lie down on your back, Savasana. Palms up, let your feet open like a book, eyes open, open-eyed meditation. All right, it's time for another sit-up. Arms over your head sideways, thumbs crossed, flex your feet, and sit up. Grab your big toes, double exhale, yes. Turn around, come to the top of your mat for camel. Stand up on your knees, 6 inches apart in between your knees, chest up. Put your hands on your hips, fingers pointing down, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Let your head fall back and look back. Chest up and let your head fall back a little bit more. Come down halfway. It's okay if that's all you can do today. Stop here if you need to. If you can go further, right hand down to your right heel and your left hand down to your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside. Now press everything forward towards the mirror. Stomach, legs, hips, everything pushing forward towards the mirror. Chest up. Let your head fall back. Chest up, head fall back some more. Keep breathing. And change. Bring your hands up to your hips. Slowly come up, look at your face in the mirror or at the wall if you need to, and sit down, turn around and lie down on your back, Savasana. All right, arms over your head sideways, thumbs crossed, flex your feet, inhale, breathing, sit up. All right, grab your big toes, double jerk. Forehead to the knees, elbows to the floor. Turn around and come around. We're going to do our second set of camel. Stand up on your knees, 6 inches apart. Always keep that 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Put your hands on your hips, fingers pointing down, thumbs outside, fingers inside, and let your head fall back. Press your hips forward towards the mirror. Head goes back. Come down halfway. Again, you can stop here if this is what you need to do today. If you're going further, right hand down to your right heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Left hand down to your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside. And now keep pressing your hips forward towards the mirror. So one of the most vulnerable positions you're going to do all day. This really opens up the front side of the body. So it's okay. Sometimes people get a little scared in this. It's okay. That's why we do it, so we can get used to analyzing and feeling this feeling and not feeling the panic. Keep pressing your hips forward, stretching forward. Bring your hands back up to your hips and slowly come up, spine straight. Look in the mirror, sit down on your heels, turn around and lie down on your back, Savasana. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Palms up, let your heels fall open. Breathe. Time for another sit-up. Arms over your head sideways, thumbs crossed. Flex your feet, keep your heels down. Inhale, breathing, sit up. Grab your big toes, double jerk. Turn around, come to the middle of your mat. Sit down on your heels for rabbit. If you need to, you can take your towel and put it up over your feet for a dry grip. Let your hands come down the backside of your body, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, look at your stomach, exhale breathing, and roll down. Put your exact forehead on your knees, and automatically the top of your head is going to touch the floor. Now lift your hips up. That's going to straighten your arms until your arms are straight and elbows locked. If your knees are not touching with your forehead, inch your knees forward one at a time until they are touching the forehead. Roll forward, hips up. You're going to feel this through your whole spine. Try to lift your lower back up towards the ceiling. Suck your stomach in. Roll forward, hips up. Pull on your heels and change. Slowly roll up. Chin comes up last. Look in the mirror or look at the wall in front of you. Turn around and lie down on your back, Savasana. Time for another sit-up. Arms over your head sideways, thumbs crossed. Keep your heels down on the floor, feet flex. Inhale, breathing, sit up. Grab your big toes, double jerk. Turn around, come back to the middle of your mat for the second set of rabbit. Sit down on your heels. Again, put the towel over your heels if you need to for a dry grip. Hands on your heels, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Stretch up, tuck your chin, look at your stomach, exhale breathing, and roll down. Forehead on the knees, top of your head will touch the floor. Lift your hips up, roll forward like a wheel. Hips up until your arms are straight. Keep pulling on your heels. Make sure that if as much as possible, try to get your knees and your forehead to touch. So if you need to inch your knees forward, go ahead and do that. Hips up, suck your stomach in, hips up a little bit higher. Keep pulling on your heels and change. Pull on your heels and sit back, slowly roll up. Concentrate on a point in front of you, turn around and lie down on your back, Savasana. Arms over your head sideways, thumbs crossed, flex your feet, heels down on the mat. Inhale, breathing, sit up. Grab your big toes, double jerk. Turn around for head to knee with stretching. Extend your right foot out, caddy corner on your mat. Bring your left foot into your right thigh. You should feel pressure there. Make sure that they're touching. Put your arms up over your head sideways. Turn your body so that it's squared over your right leg and slowly go down. Interlock all 10 fingers and grab a couple of inches below the toes. Get your forehead on your knee. This is a compression posture. Keep pressing. If you need to bend a knee to make sure that the forehead is touching the knee, that is okay. Once the forehead is touching the knee, press into it to see if you can get the knee straight. Keep kicking the heel forward, toes back towards your face. Feel that compression. Knee down. Drop your elbow, your left elbow down and your left shoulder down to make sure that you're still squared over that leg. And change. Arms up. Right leg in, left leg out. Turn your body so that it's square over your left leg and go down. Interlock all 10 fingers and grab a couple of inches below your toes. Bend the knee if you need to get the forehead on the knee and stretch. Keep pulling on the heel and stretch. Drop the left or the right elbow down and the right shoulder down if you need to make sure that you're still squared over that leg. Keep kicking the left heel forward and your toes back towards your face. And stretch and pull. Change. Come up, arms over your head. Get your legs together in front of you. Go ahead and go back for a quick sit-up to square the spine. And sit up. Grab your big toes, double jerk. Bend the knees. Grab your big toes with your peace sign fingers. And keep inching your hips back until you've got the legs straight. A friend of mine, Monica, says, move your meat. If you need to move... If you need to move part of your legs or your glutes to make sure that you're comfortable, we want to make sure that you're sitting on your sits bones. Straighten the legs, lock the knees. And begin to pull forward, stretching your chest forward towards your toes. The goal is to eventually get your forehead to your toes. Spine straight. This is different than the posture that we just did where we were rounding the spine. This one we're trying to pull the chest forward, which keeps the spine straight throughout the entire posture. Keep pulling. Look forward beyond your toes and pull. Elbows down, close to the calves, and keep pulling. And change. Arms up. Turn around, lie on your back. Savasana. We've only got 2 more sit-ups, folks. Arms over your head sideways, thumbs crossed. Flex your feet, heels down on the mat. Inhale, breathing, sit up. Grab your big toes. And, double jerk. All right, turn around. Left leg bent on the mat with your knee facing in front of you. Your right leg is going to cross up over to the left knee corner. And this is where I always get confused. Right arm down like a kickstand behind you. It's always funny when you're looking at somebody else to give direction. Stretch your left arm up like you're going to ask a question and bring it over to the right side. Left elbow is going to come to the right knee, and you're going to grab your left knee in the same place that your leg is touching the knee. And twist. Use the right hand behind you to keep your spine straight. You want both hips on the floor, so if you need to shift to get both hip points on the floor, do that if you need to. And twist. Look over your right shoulder. Every time you inhale, stretch up. Every time you exhale, see if you can go back a little bit further. And twist. Twist a little bit more and change. All right, unfurl. Put your right leg on the floor. Bend the knee. Put your left leg across and over the right leg. Your left hand to the base of your spine, fingers pointing back. That's your kickstand. Right hand looks up like you're going to ask a question, and bring it over. Right elbow to the inside or to the outside of the left knee, and grab your right knee. And twist. Again, try to make sure that you're getting both of your sits bones on the floor. You don't want to make sure, if you're off, it's going to really twist up the spine. And look and stretch and twist. Every time you inhale, stretch up. Every time you exhale, twist a little bit more and look over your shoulder. Great work. And change. We're going to go right back into, I'm going to skip the last sit-up. We're going to go right into Kapalabhati breathing. Go ahead and get on your knees, sit on your heels. We started with a breathing exercise, and so we're going to end with the breathing exercise, but this one's a little bit different. This one's really focused on the exhale. So every time I clap, you're going to exhale forcefully. The inhale is going to come in automatically. We're going to start off slower and go right into a quicker set with no break. Ready? All right, hands on the your knees in front of you. Make sure your elbows are locked. If you can't sit on your heels, it's okay to sit crisscross applesauce. You just put your hands to the side and to keep you in a straight spine position. All right, ready? Let's begin. Inhale and begin. Great work. They were doing it. It's awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. Woo! Yes. Turn around, lie on your back for our final Savasana. This one, if you need to stretch out, it's fine. Arms down by your side, palms up. Let your feet fall open like a book. You can close your eyes this time if you want to, and just breathe. It's great practicing with you today. This is our 60-minute express. My name is Chris. It was a joy to teach this class. And I'm very excited that you're going to be viewing this content and continuing to work through your yoga with us. I really appreciate this. I also appreciate Fee and Jesse doing this with me today. They did a great job. Thank you, and namaste.